Hey, welcome to Speed and Shine. I can't even find the words to express how happy. Look at that. I am. But of course, there's still some work to do. Wet sand buff, put stripe on. Ordered stripe today. Had to have a special one made because I don't have gloss black. I have a matte stripe down there. So they're going to create that, send that to us. Takes about 5 days or so. Interesting enough, the next tools I need for this are some tape to tape up some of the areas so I don't hit them with when I'm block sanding. And we're going to start with 600 grit, foam pad, and some quality H2O. So that's it. Let's get going. And I think the first part, let's tape this part up. Try to protect it. Of course, most things I hit with it, I can buff out anyways. But let's not be crazy. Let's go ahead and try to protect it. Same thing with my chrome bumper. Had that re-chrome. Don't wanna have to do that again. Oh, actually, I can't. Last time it was re-chrome, they said that's it on this one. So I guess I'd be searching the junkyards. Put more right there. Miss just a little bit there. All right. Good. That's a good spot. All right, let's move over here. Let's try to protect this chrome piece. Good thing there's a gap. I don't think there's supposed to be that big a gap, but it helps. It helps. Get that all taped up. That should protect it. Can't imagine I'd go over any further than that. All right. Then, all right, let's get the door too. So I brought the car home. I, of course, had to clean it. Oops. Don't want your tape on the garage floor. Picks up dirt. But I had to clean the car. I could not bring it in the garage with all that dust and stuff on there. So use some detail spray and very carefully lifted that stuff up so it don't scratch the car. Of course, the whole car is going to need to be buffed out once I get that part done. There you go. Let's put some thicker. Make that a little thicker. Guess I should just have got wider tape, huh? That would have been helpful. Let's do one more. Just because. There I go again. I think the paint is slick. Been using a new product on it. More to come soon on that. Big surprise soon, but it is really helping protect the paint. Tested it on all my vehicles. So, all right. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's get started. See, I told you it's slippery. All right, let's double check. Yep, 600. I don't know if you can see, but there's some dirt in the paint right there. I'm hoping in the clear. I'm hoping I can get out. At least I'm hoping. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Where to go? Let's check it. It's going to take a while to get this done, isn't it? But, understanding what goes into a really smooth as glass, flat paint, I've come to really respect when I see that, knowing how much work goes into that. Incredible. Not seeing a lot of those dirt spots go away, though. It's a little troublesome. But process isn't done yet. Well, there I am. Whew. So that was 600 and 1200. So it's looking pretty good. Getting flatter. Feels pretty smooth. I think Rick instructed me to go up to 2000 next, but it's looking pretty good. I don't know if rough cut compound or fast cut compound um, will cut through that and without having to do the 2000. I'm going to think about it overnight. Been out here a couple hours. The mosquitoes are starting to bite me, so let me contemplate that and figure out what I'm going to do. Yeah, but it's progress. All right, it's the next day. I sanded late into, not late into the night, but I was out here till about 9 o'clock last night, getting it to. It feels really good actually, getting it to 1200. Now I bought 2000 grit today on my lunch from work to go the next step, but Rick told me to use some Wizard's Turbo Cut, and this says it removes 1200 to 1500 scratches. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. Yeah, let's do that first before we go sanding some more. I'm just a little nervous, but I guess you got to do it, right? All right. I didn't turn it up too high. I'm still a little, like I said, I'm still just a little nervous here. Let's wipe it off. Not a lot of dust. And here's our test. Ooh. Yeah, it's getting there. Try a little more. I'm using a white pad. Now I think you're supposed to use a wool pad, but I don't have a wool pad. They didn't have any at the parts store, which is surprising. All right, a little bit more. Again, I don't want to burn through it. So this is a fast cut, so gotta watch what I'm doing. Boy, it's taken quite a bit out, but I'm not sure you can see that on the camera very good, but I guess you can see the difference when I do that, right? Still not quite there. Up there. Of course, this is a very unforgiving light, but there's still quite a bit of marks in that. Interesting. Let's try up here where it's a little finer. Let's try that. Probably not getting enough heat off this. Could be. Now I got to be careful around the edge here. All right. So after thinking about it, doing some tests, I'm going to go ahead and go back to sanding. I'm going to hit some of the rough areas again with the 600, then 12,000 or 1200, and then go up to 2,000. I know the stuff says it can cut that, and maybe if I had a wool pad, yes, it could do that. But I think it might be best to remove the scratches through the sanding process rather than just rely completely on the compound to cut it. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go back to sanding out the spots, which isn't terribly challenging, just time consuming. There's just a few spots that I can see still some rough areas. Trying not to hit that edge too. Well, I sanded all the way up to 2,000, and then I put some of that on there and trying it here. Now I think it probably cut faster with a wool pad, but I think you can see the shine there. Let's look at it with a flashlight. Still see some scratches in it, and maybe I'll never get all the sanding marks out. I've seen sanding marks in other cars. Maybe I don't know if I go up to 3,000, if that's going to make a difference, or maybe more heat. There are some spots where it hit it just right. Yeah, well, I think we're making progress. I'm just not sure. This cuts at 1,200 and I sanded to 2,000. I'm not quite sure going to 3,000 is worth the effort. It's flatter than the Mustang. Mustang's shinier. I see some green in this. I don't know why that is. Seeing some green light. They're green in the paint. Doesn't quite look almost the same as the other, but hey, got some shine to it a little bit there. Just keep at it, I guess. Maybe I'll go by and tomorrow and get a wool pad. See if that doesn't cut it a little quicker. Don't wear all the clear off, huh? I guess that's it, man. Let's keep going. Fun. Way to spend your nights. Work out your aggressions on sanding and buffing this out. And maybe after this, then you do a little finish, get a little more of those swirl marks out. And yeah, cool. It's exciting. Oh, you're wondering about this? I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. We didn't even paint up that far when I painted, but underneath that's a little rub through. So I got to fix that. I barely touched that, and that's paint that came off. But again, I don't think I painted that far up there, but let's not talk about that. Let's just ignore that, okay? It's just tape. Let's see what it looks like. Let's get in there. Doesn't look bad. A little more. All right, that's it. So we did the rough, moderate, and then what I like to call the final or fine refinement. Looks good. I'm happy with it. Is it perfect? No. But like I said, the car is not perfect. So at this point, I need to get all this wax off the car that I got everywhere. I'm pretty messy apparently at this, but and then get it cleaned up and then prepare for stripes. The next part to tackle.